Takara Tomy has made over 100 different burst Beyblades in the past 6 years. Some of them are great, and some of them are, well, they're not so great. And in today's video, we'll be counting down the top 10 worst Beyblades ever created. Now, I want to give some quick disclaimers. We're going to be basing the Beyblades based off their stock combo and how they were when they were first initially released. For instance, a single layer Valkyrie compared to Dynamite Beyblades is terrible, but when it released, it was a pretty good Beyblade, so it's not going to be appearing on this list. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get started. Number 10. Starting off our list, we have Variant Lucifer. Now, a lot of people think this Beyblade sucks because of its barrier gimmick, and they would be absolutely right. Variant Lucifer has 6 pink long rubber tabs that protrude out of its chassis, which while spinning gives it the illusion of a barrier. It also gives it terrible stamina, and because of this, Variant Lucifer almost instantly loses every battle. However, it's only ranked 10 because it does come with a Mobius driver, which is really good at life after death. So if it's versing an opposite spin Beyblade, it actually has a winning matchup. But against almost every other Beyblade, it's absolutely garbage. Rubbish, as the British would call it. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but I said it and it's on the video now. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Number 9. Next up on our list, we have Storm Spriggan. And guys, Storm Spriggan is like one of my favorite Beyblades ever created, so it really pains me to put it on this list, but you know what? I can't lie, it kind of sucks. Anyway, the major problem with Storm Spriggan is, of course, its burst resistance. This thing has like the weakest teeth in all of Burst, and when you mix that with its heavy recoil shape, it's just not a good combination. It bursts all the time. However, if you can miraculously keep Spriggan together, it's actually a fairly good balance type Beyblade that can deal hard hits. I mean, just look at Spriggan S2. It's basically Storm Spriggan with good burst resistance, and it's one of the best dual layer Hasbro Beyblades. So because of that, it's only going to be in the number 9 spot. Guys. I think it's time for some Beyblade Trivia. Oh my god, that was so cringe. Anyway, on screen we have 4 Beyblades, and your job is to guess which Beyblade received a Hasbro exclusive evolution. If you do guess correctly, then congratulations, you're a Beyblade genius, and your acceptance letter to Harvard's prestigious Beyblade program will be sent to you by mail in the next 5 days. But if you get it wrong, you'll have to subscribe to LeftBurst. I'm sorry about that. So, is it Zeus/Zutron, Evil Eye, Minoboros, or Jake? Because why not? I couldn't think of a 4th option. Anyway, I'll give you guys 3 seconds to answer. So, in 3, 2, 1, and the answer is Zeus/Zutron. Hasbro actually made an evolution to Galaxy Zeus called Asteroid Zutron. They basically just took the Galaxy Zeus layer and made it like slightly different. I wouldn't fault anyone for getting that one wrong. It's kind of a dumb evolution. Anyway, if you did get it wrong though, welcome. I love you. Okay, that's it. That's a little weird. All right, let's start the top 10 again before I regret saying something else. Okay, yeah, number 8. Number 8. In the number 8 spot, we have Wizard Fafnir. Nobody likes Wizard Fafnir. Me and the boys, we hate the Wizard. It is by far the worst looking and performing Fafnir. Its disc is gimmicky, its driver is ugly, and the layer, I actually kind of like the layer, but it does have pretty weak teeth, and it's completely surrounded by rubber, which rubber is great, but too much of a good thing can always lead to harm. Unless it's Shukuranai. You can never have enough of Shukuranai. Anyway, the rubber on Fafnir causes increased friction, which is good for spin stealing, but bad for burst resistance. Mix that with Fafnir's weak teeth, and this thing just bursts all the time. It does, however, have decent life after death. I wouldn't say it's the best life after death, but it's not bad with the Rise driver. So if it does somehow survive, you do have a chance of winning, hence why it's only in the number 8 spot. Number 7. Shelter Regulus is going to be the next member of the worst Beyblade club, which is, I guess, not a club you really want to join. Anyway, I saw this meme the other day of them comparing Shelter Regulus in the anime versus Shelter Regulus in real life, and it was so true. Like, in the anime, he was part of the Big Five, one of the strongest Beyblades in the world, but in real life, he is just so bad. Shelter Regulus has terrible burst resistance, like all the other Beyblades on this list, coupled with its tower driver, which I think the gimmick is really cool. It makes the Beyblade taller. I wish I had that gimmick. I mean, hashtag short guys rise up. Ooh. Anyway, although the gimmick is cool, performance-wise, the driver causes the Beyblade to be very unbalanced at times and scrape. So it has bad burst resistance, it scrapes a lot, doesn't have that great of stamina, doesn't have that great of defense, it really doesn't have anything going for it, but it does look cool, and that's at least something. Number 6. In our number 6 spot, we have Savior Valkyrie. This is probably the worst Valkyrie ever created, and that's saying something considering we got Slash Valkyrie. And I'm sorry, Slash Valkyrie, I didn't mean to do you like that. Now, at the time of this Valkyrie's release, we were getting some crazy good Beyblades like Guilty Longinus, Vanish Fafnir, Roar Bahamut, and this Valkyrie was also very ambitious and came with loads of gimmicks. Sadly, those gimmicks, although fun to watch, just didn't really perform that well in battle and made this Beyblade by far one of, if not the worst, Dynamite Beyblade release ever. Heck, it's number 6 on this list, so it's one of the worst Beyblades ever released performance-wise in general. The shot driver, although it was fun, it was also extremely out of control when activated and had almost no friction with the stadium floor, making the Beyblade just fly everywhere and usually into the pocket. The Valkyrie chip as well had a spring-load gimmick, which while it did give the Beyblade extra defense and cushioned attacks, well, Valkyrie is an attack-type Beyblade, so really it was only cushioning its own attacks. It was very counterproductive, and because of that, it ranks number 6 on this list of the worst Beyblades ever created. Number 5. Hyperion Burn. I feel like Takara Tomy looked at Super Hyperion and said, this Beyblade isn't big enough, let's make it bigger. And when the design team came back with like a bigger design, Takara Tomy said, no, I want it bigger, I want it so no matter where the Beyblade is in the stadium, it is touching the other Beyblade. And that is how we ended up with this monstrosity of an evolution. This thing has such large protruding attack points that when it hits other Beyblades, it just instantly bursts. You don't even need to approach it because it's so big, it just comes to you and explodes. So yeah, basically the only reason Hyperion Burn is on this list is because of its burst resistance, and it's so bad that it ranked all the way in the number 5 spot of the worst Beyblades ever created. Number 4. Jet Wyvern. After years of waiting for a Wyvern evolution, Takara Tomy finally decided to answer our prayers. But I mean, they gave us this. And I guess beggars can't be choosers. I'm happy we got something. But yeah, Jet Wyvern is one of the worst Beyblades ever released. It came with the Just driver, which just isn't great. The driver just scrapes, has terrible stamina, and pretty bad defense, which is weird because it's supposed to be a defensive Beyblade. Not only that, the Beyblade has some bad teeth, so it bursts quite often. Overall, I don't see a way Wyvern wins because it doesn't win in stamina, so it can't outspin its opponent. It can't knock other Beyblades out of the stadium because it has terrible attack power. And then its layer just has bad burst resistance. So Jet Wyvern never wins. It just always loses. It's one of those Beyblades. Number 3. Horsesuit Spread Edge. Before I talk about this one, I just want to say that this is not Cheeto. Cheeto is the Hasbro Horsesuit, the unmatched, superior counterpart. Takara Tomy's Horsesuit, however, is like a knockoff brand of Cheetos. Nobody wants to buy it. Even compared to the single layers, it's bad. It has bad burst resistance, a fairly light disc for the time and spread, and the edge driver, which is probably the easiest driver to make unbalanced. This thing just ain't Cheeto. It loses to everything, even more than Jet Wyvern somehow. Number 2. In the runner-up spot, we have another stamina type Beyblade, Maximum Garuda. Now, Maximum Garuda was actually really good in the God series. That is, if you meddled with the layer and changed out its God chip to an A-mold one. For some reason, Takara Tomy made different molds of God chips, and if you put a specific mold on Maximum Garuda, it would make the Beyblade virtually unburstable. However, we are looking at stock combos in this video, and without this special chip, this Beyblade bursts to everyone. Like, if you launched this Beyblade outside and a slight breeze went by, I'm pretty sure it would burst. That's just how burstable this Beyblade is. You don't even need to hit it hard. You just tap it a couple times and kaboom, this thing is exploding. It doesn't have any teeth at all. They just have slides. It's not even like Hasbro slides. It's literally a straight line. I have literally never seen a battle with stock Maximum Garuda where it hasn't burst. It's just that bad, and because of that, it's ranking in the number 2 spot. Now, what could be worse than a Beyblade that almost always bursts? Well, that was kind of cool. Anyway, the answer to this question is a suction cup. That's right, the worst performing stock combo Beyblade is Orb Aegis Outer Quest. Now, the Orb Aegis layer and disc are actually really good. The layer has great stamina, weight, and defense, and the outer disc was extremely competitive when it came out. However, this Beyblade's driver is so bad, it even makes the best parts terrible in combination. The Quest driver has a free spinning suction cup that latches to the stadium floor. This Beyblade is designed to not move an inch, which gives it immaculate defense, but terrible stamina and attack. Like, it literally can't move. It can't burst other Beyblades, it can't knock other Beyblades out of the stadium, it can't even outspin other Beyblades because the suction cup causes the Beyblade to lose an insane amount of stamina. It has worse stamina than most attack type Beyblades. So because of that, Orb Aegis is going to take the number 1 spot and is, at least in my opinion, the worst Beyblade ever created. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys want to see more top 10 videos like this, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me in the comment section below what top 10 you want to see next. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much to my editor Riley for editing this. A lot of people think Riley replaces Felix. No, Riley just edits these top 10 videos. Felix edits all my other videos. Anyway, see you guys later. Have a nice day. I'll see you next week for another Beyblade video. Please subscribe. Bye.